6th of October as a young boy speaks about how he was at my daughter's wedding, washing through spyware. All the Latter-day Saints voyeurs, victims' meal, tickets, token spins, it's dead next paid funerals. As a watcher, terror stalker, no LDS. As other people just show graphic images of bishops, Latter-day Saint, Godhood, heavenly fathers, as their wives had gathered snails and slugs and disgusting creatures to stick down my daughter's throat. Crimes, they showed images once again, with a list of disgusting things that they can do to a human for torture. As a voice sits here and you say said, that's the wording you keep using. You just sat there as all night long. People once again, the Latter-day Saints payment for torture, for humiliating, demeaning, bullying, harassing, and tagged as saying they were promised. And then you hear voices say, Heavenly Father's promised me. A voice comes through their head and tells them they were promised to rape other people to death. That's what these cult leaders or the mobsters, mafia were saying. Live on the wire through audio, radio, playing through my mind brain. The fact to fall asleep and use the dream machine just show people as cutters, and to brag about their knives and how good they are at cutting. For each of these Latter-day Saints, priest of the temple, white garment wearing white supremacists, claiming only whites get everything, as they continue to explain that the 77 head of the big nose white men as a congregation of slaves, enslaved apparently. They have muted their brains and made disabled, unable to think as claimed LDS do. They plan their demise, and there will be no surprise as they claim their hatred, their hate against other people, for racism, for terrorism. They talk anti-hatred, and they claim their hatred, their hate against other people for terror and seeks. But to continue listening to how women are invited to an event, they'll be watching inside your head, Cecina, as they claim their hatred. They have muted exterminators for racism, for terrorists, for Cheney, for terrorists and seamies. As they cheat their cold-blooded killers. And that I do know is I have the testimony of first-hand killers. They're contract killers called endowments, based on your death, based on reenactments, based on keeping the dead alive. Planning your death already, why aren't you dead already? I've wanted you dead my whole life. And what they say, they have no intention on doing what's right. They'll never do what's right. To understand that they're patronizing, extortionist. They say 900,000 more converts in the last 6 months. You mean more like dead? That's dead already. Anyone bet he would say they're not white. I a bunch of white supremacists planning their death.